Hello everyone, this is Brian Zipsey and Matt Schiffman. We're with Derby Day Racing. You probably know us from Horse Racing Nation and Horse Center, but our new venture is Derby Day Racing. And we wanted to tell you a little bit about the venture, what we're doing, why we're doing it. So hopefully you enjoy this informative look into Derby Day Racing.
You know, Brian, the partnerships are really one of the biggest things going on in horse racing now. Why should people come and join us in our Derby Day Racing partnership?
Do you want a better answer than because we asked them to, Matt? Derby Day Racing, I think I speak for both of us to say it's been a dream. It's been a dream of mine for a long time. Basically, what we want to do with Derby Day Racing is bring more people into the sport. We want to own horses. We want to win races. We want to have fun. And we want to do it with so many people that would otherwise never have the opportunity to own horses and get the thrill of seeing their horse, their silks, go down the stretch at Churchill Downs or Keeneland or anywhere in the country. So Derby Day Racing, I guess, is a culmination of a dream, and we want to share that dream with as many people as possible.
Yeah, and horse racing can be an expensive venture, even on the cheapest levels, the lowest level of claiming, but we're looking to get people involved on a higher level. How does that all work, Brian?
So what we want to do with Derby Day Racing is we want to minimize risk. You know, it's certainly a risky enough business as is. If you come into this with the only goal of trying to make money, it's a tough game to do that. I mean, we certainly are. I think we're good at what we do. We have assembled a team that we feel very confident in being able to pick horses that offer value and pick horses that will be winning races. But of course, it's a risky business to begin with. What we want to do, though, is we want to minimize risk, Matt. We want to get, with every partnership we do, we want to have multiple horses. Generally, we're going to go with a 3-horse structure. And that way, if one horse, for whatever reason, isn't able to hold up our hopes and dreams for them, we still have 2 other horses that can get the job done, so to speak, for the stable. And we're also generally going to work with a 5% structure. So it may be like the first one we're doing now is a 2-year partnership where each share is $20,000. We will do partnerships in the future where the capital raise is a little less and that 5% share is a little cheaper. But the first one we want to kind of hit a home run. We're going for some really promising 2-year-olds in training this spring into the summer. And so for $20,000, you get a 5% share, no more than 20 owners. If you want to partner with friends, I think that's a good thing. And like I said, you have all 3 horses in that partnership. So even if just one of them really turns out to be a good horse, we'll have some real fun.
Yeah, because $20,000 sounds like a lot of money, but in terms of horse racing ownership, it is a very small amount. And like you said, Brian, we're looking to buy quality horses. How is that process going to work, Brian, picking out what we think are quality horses? And can you tell us who is our professional on-track person?
Well, I think there's something to be said for our decades and decades and decades of watching horses and looking for talent. And I think you and I both have a good eye for that, Matt, but it definitely will be a team effort. Other members of the group are also talented, longtime watchers and followers, close followers of Horse Racing Nation, Brett Workman and Scott Dick, Tony Bada Bing. But also, of course, we'll have people that have been in the business for years and years. Buff Bradley is going to be our first trainer. Buff Bradley of Brass Hat and Groupie Doll and many good horses over the years, fame. So he'll be one of the people that is a key member of picking out the horses we buy. We're going to go to these sales with a lot of options. You never know when a horse goes for more money at the sale or less money at the sale. So we're going to go in with our favorites in each of these sales, and hopefully we get the horses that we want to get, or one of the horses that we want to get at each sale, and at a number that makes sense. You know, Matt, a lot of good horses are sold and purchased every year for under under six figures, under $100,000, and that's the market we're in. We're looking to buy horses that really look good, really have potential to be versatile horses. They can run various distances, various surfaces, but under that 100,000 price tag. And I don't think that limits us too much from getting really good horses.
Yeah, I agree with that, Brian. There are a number of horses on the Kentucky Derby Trail this year that have hit the board, won Derby trial races this year, who have been well under that $100,000 mark. There's a lot of horses being sold out there. So, Brian, once we have horses for the partners, how do the day-to-day expenses of keeping a horse at the racetrack, feeding them, veterinary bills, all those kind of things that come up, how does that work for the partners?
Yeah, that's a good question, Matt. And I think we're doing it the way we would want to have done if we were a partner in a business. So in other words, we are not going to send you a bill every couple of weeks, every month. When we do the capital raise, and like we said, the Tiro Partnership 2018 would be a $20,000 investment into a 5% stake in the company. That's going to build in quite a bit. So if we're looking to buy 3 horses, as I said, they're going to be under $100,000 horses at the sale price. So we're going to build in quite a bit of money where expenses are taken care of. We project at least 1 year, but hopefully far longer than that, and very well with what we're going to raise and how we expect to do with these horses. You would never have to pay anything after the $20,000. So no bills, that's built in. Basically, we want this to be a good experience, a fun experience, and part of that is not having to worry about, am I going to get a bill this month or next month? Built in, and once you pay the $20,000, you're in, basically.
So what happens, leaving the expenses aside, so what happens, Brian, at the end of this process with a horse and their racing career, whether the horse ends up in a claiming race and gets claimed away from us, or whether the horse turns out to be a quality horse that we sell, or what if we get very lucky and we get a horse that maybe is a stakes winner and is sold to a farm for a stallion career.
Right, and I think there's a lot of multiple options, and the first thing I think we need to make clear to everyone is that we're going to take care of the horses. Our team, including going down to the trainer Buff Bradley, our team is very much invested in thoroughbred aftercare, so the horses are going to be well taken care of. Having said that, we are going to manage the stable aggressively because we are answering to all the partners. The partners want to have fun. They want to win races. They want to see their colors, their silks, going across that finish line. But on the other hand, they do want a return on the investment of that, whether it be $20,000 or whatever Derby Day Racing partnership that they go in. They want to see a return. So we're going to manage aggressively. If a horse, unfortunately, is underperforming or not where we hoped, then a private sale, sale at auction, or claiming races where they would be purchased from us is part of the process. Hopefully we'll have the horses that make it onto a breeding career. You know, as soon as we have stakes horses, whether they be male or female, we can go on to work out an arrangement to have them have a second career in breeding. And I think it would be nice, you know, each partnership comes to an end eventually, but if we have a nice broodmare or a nice stallion prospect, hopefully we can be reaping the benefits of their second career for years to come.
And Brian, you know, you and I both have, you know, spent years writing and reporting about horse racing, and a lot of you people that might be considering joining us know us from that way. And I think one thing that we're going to do a little bit differently is we're going to use those skills that we've developed over the years about writing and reporting about horse racing to keep our partners informed about what's going on the track with our horses and in racing in general in a way that might be a little bit different than other partnerships.
Yeah, Matt, we've certainly started the process. I think it's something that's going to build over time. But DerbyDayRacing.com is a website now that's been up for a month or two, and it's already becoming an informative place on the net for people to learn more about racing. More and more of that will directly be part of the partnership. So when we buy our first horses, and as these horses are running, working out, going through different segments of their training, getting ready for races, it's very important to us that we keep all the partners very well informed. Again, this is how we would want to be treated as partners of a partnership, and that's exactly the point of view we have for our partners. We want this to be transparent and just a good experience all the way around. And I think a big part of that is having that information available, whether it be a newsletter for our partners or everything that our website will become as it's evolving and as we are becoming more of a partnership website with multiple partnerships in the not too distant future running. But again, to start out with this 2-year-old partnership right now.
So, folks, if you have any other questions, you want to talk more about joining us, and you're seriously considering it, or just at the beginning of the process, please get in touch with us at Derby Day Racing, and we look forward to talking to you.
Absolutely, and we already have some partners signed on in the short amount of time that we've opened this up, Matt. So we're off and running, and I think it's going to be a really great group of people and a really enjoyable partnership with Derby Day Racing Silks at a track near you. So couldn't be more excited about it, and I hope to have many of you join us on this fun ride.